Welcome back. So you now polish your pitch deck and you use methods for engaging speeches. That's wonderful. Now we need people to speak with. Let's secure the meeting with an investor. And congrats, you have an amazing job. You're game founder, you're gaming chief executive officer, CEO. Good news, you can do whatever you want. That's the best job in the world. The bad news, you need to have a business network. So you cannot do everything on your own. That's why you need it. You're building a business organization. So some of the problems should not be solved by your own. You can solve them together with people. It's much easier. And you can solve not only day-to-day problems to survive, but you can also use your business network to find an investor and to have an open door, which is really helpful. So start growing your network. That's important. It can be difficult for some people rather than for other people, but it's important. And it will help you to find warm introductions to the venture capital funds or investors that you're interested in. How and why? You need to be present. Business community is not a one person. Business community is many people. Investors do not know all the people and they can forget people. So you need to be top of mind as much as you can. How to be top of mind? You need to be present in online, which is mostly LinkedIn. You need to find 1 or 2 topics where you are an expert and write regularly, at least 1, 2, maybe 3 times per week. Keep it simple. Don't focus on visuals. Like we discussed, it's not that important. But try to provide value to the industry, and industry hopefully will provide value to you when you need it. Offline, as equally important as an online. What do I mean by offline? I mean local business events and global gaming conferences. For me, you should start from local business events or from events from the near countries where you can actually see people. It's not that expensive and it's not that long to fly to the US or another country. And you can actually do it regularly with them, which is more important because it's not a sprint, it's the marathon. When I say about local business events, I usually mean that you should meet not random people, but like-minded entrepreneurs who are also trying to launch a business. And in most of the cases, it's not a competing business, but it's just a business, just a gaming business in the gaming industry. So stay close to them. It's just emotionally and then pragmatically is equally important as to run a successful product or business. Then try to stay close to the big corporates, meaning in the gaming world, you have Activision Blizzard, Zynga, and you have senior people in these companies which can be relevant to you. Someday you will try to hire them, but at least you can consult with them, ask their opinions. Some of the people are actually quite open. And also these people can know investors as well, so it's important. And third, last but not least, tailor your business network to your current needs. So if you're in the mode of fundraising, try to be connected to people who fundraised in the funds that you're interested in, so-called portfolio companies, or try to be connected with all the venture scouts, venture partners, general partners of venture capital funds, as well as angel investors, individual investors. But let's discuss this in details moving forward. I mentioned all these names, all these different investors, but target the right investor for you. You have your context, you know your gaming startup better than I am, so you know what you need. Let me help you just to tailor your needs. Kind of swipe in the dating app to what you really need. If you're in the early stage, you don't need a lot of money, you just need a great person with some experience in gaming. It can be angel investor, it can be just CEO of some company or ex-senior person from this big gaming corporate with money to invest in. And it will not be a huge amount of money because it's just one person. But then if you need more money and you need quite a lot of consulting with gaming business management, marketing, maybe one person will not solve all of that, so you need a venture capital fund. And mostly in my lectures, I will be focused on them because it's the biggest investor in the gaming industry in terms of number of deals. And then if you are in the early stages, it's in most cases either you will have an opportunity to speak with angel investor or with venture capital fund. Usually they invest more than $100,000, but they take some part of your company, as you can see in the middle of the screen. And in the templates that we share in the first lecture, you will see that cap table is really affected by this. And the third type of the investor, usually it comes in the late stage when they acquire in your gaming company or when they invest in a lot of money to support your gaming company, so-called strategic investor. To put it even more simple, usually it's the gaming corporate or a big tech company. Gaming corporate like Activision, a big tech company like Meta or Microsoft. So on the early stages, it's really rare that you will see them. One of the examples when you can get money from them as if you have a really great technology and solution, which is rare and it's really unique, or you have a really experienced team and they actually want to invest anyway. So hopefully one of those type of investors will be for you. Wonderful. You've been growing your business network in LinkedIn and in offline events. You've been trying to understand who is the right investor for you, and you got it. Now leverage your business network to seek for warm introductions. And we will discuss what is warm introduction, but it's basically an introduction to the investor. And if speaking about angels, seek for the fellow entrepreneurs which are trying to launch a business and maybe got money from this angel investor, or they just know it. Maybe this angel investor hasn't invested into this gaming startup, but he or she will invest into your gaming startup. You should pitch it. Ask other entrepreneur just to make an intro. And how to do it, let's discuss it later. Second is venture capital funds. Utilize your connections, and what I would recommend as the most effective way is if your connection, the person that you know, actually got some money from this venture capital fund and it's a portfolio company on their website, that's the best. That's when venture capital fund will be positively surprised and really interested in speaking with you because they trust that the company that they invested in and do all the analysis already is recommending you. That's really important, and it's the most effective way by far, and it will be a really warm introduction. And we discussed all of these warm introductions, and hopefully you will feel warmth when you will have the introduction which is successful. Why do we even need it? As you know, or hopefully you will know now, there are a lot of emails being sent every year. Last year it was more than 300 billion emails. So venture capital funds and investors are receiving a lot of cold emails without any context of who you are, why you're writing, why should I respond. So it's cold. So let's make it warmer. What is the warm introduction? Usually it is a brief about your startup in your own words, being complemented by the teaser deck, usually a PDF file, which can be opened and seen in 15, 30, 60 seconds, and the link to the pitch deck in the DocSend tool, which we will discuss a little bit later. And what I would highly recommend is that you, in the brief, would request a meeting or a call, and you would request it from a particular person, showing the particular name with your peer. So it's not like the cold outbound 250 emails or LinkedIn messages being sent, but you're actually asking for warm introduction to a person that you want to speak with. So it takes a lot of time. Fundraising takes a lot of time. So don't make it cold. So keep it personal. So I mentioned all of the things that you need to do, and you will find the templates once again, but I would rather focus on the DocSend. Why am I proposing to use a DocSend tool in addition to everything that you can see on the screen? DocSend is the tool where you can track investors' attention. So you will know how many seconds was spent on each slide, and you will know who has opened the deck. And the information which I shared in the first lecture was basically provided by the DocSend. So everyone is using it, everyone who is a professional. So I would recommend you to use it as well. And then by finishing your blurb, your brief, you would of course provide your email and a LinkedIn in case investor will be brave enough to write himself or herself to you. You did it. You asked for maybe 10, 20 warm introductions, and now you can sit and wait. Or, as I would recommend, you should continue growing your business network, because not all the people will remember and do it, meaning the warm introductions, and not all the investors or angel investors, venture capital funds, will respond. Even if it's warm, sometimes it's not relevant for investor, sometimes people don't have time, and that's okay. So don't take it personally, just continue growing your business network, continue asking for warm introductions, and some of them will work. That's okay, that's part of the deal. To make this deal easier for you, I want to save you time even further. So I want to give you more tools, so it would be easier to both build your pitch decks and to search for warm introductions. Not only this, but also track them, because there will be a lot of them and it will be messy. So don't keep it in all the different notes and chats. Actually, keep it in one place. InvestGameNet website will help you with the main venture capital funds and some of the angel investors of the world. PitchBob tool will save a lot of time on building the pitch deck and the visuals. And then Unicorn Nest is the great CRM to keep everything in one place. Not only this, but also use some of the business communities that I mentioned and ask your peers for more business communities, because you will actually find all the entrepreneurs there, not only on the gaming conferences. Gaming conferences are also important because you will be having all the context of the industry, and some of the senior people from game corporates are still going there, so you can find them there. And also, in some cases, you will find the gaming entrepreneurs and venture capital funds there as well. There is this thing called investor track on some of the big gaming conferences. That's where you can pitch your pitch deck. That's where you can narrow and polish your narrative and maybe find an investor. So you're not only having the online things and online channels, but sometimes you should use offline as well. Everything that I said will be equally important in both cases. But in the next lecture, I will focus on the physics, on your body, on your mind, on your speech, even further. So you would be ready to deliver both online and offline pitch. Good luck, see you soon, and thank you